name is Sandra, and I'm going to be talking to you today about fibroids, the Sorrel Surprise, as part of the Understand to Heal series. Just a short disclaimer to say I'm not a doctor, neither am I a healthcare professional, but I am a nutritionist who has previously suffered from fibroids and have looked for a more natural way of healing the condition, and some of which I'd like to share with you. Okay, so let's begin. So today we'll be talking about targeting cell inflammation as part of fibroids. We'll be learning a little bit about your body and why movement matters, and the inspiration behind this presentation today. Look at a research study, diet as therapy, how we can include that for healing remedies, and also we will monitor the results of what we're including, and we'll conclude with a summary. So targeting cell proliferation, right? Well, uncontrolled cell growth or tumor growth is one of the key hallmarks for uterine fibroids growth. So what the main goal is to try and arrest that abnormal cell cycle growth. So what we're trying to do is normalizing the cells, and by that we mean we need to trigger the cell death process called apoptosis to remove that abnormal cell from the body. So when we're thinking about our body, we really need to look out for early symptoms, prior to it becoming a big problem. So some of the early symptoms are, but they're not limited to the ones I'm going to mention today, bloating, and also discomfort around the central area. It could be that you may notice that your abdominal is protruding and it's extended, so that you've got an extended girth. So that's something you need to look out for. And also urination might become a problem. You might be frequently wanting to go to the toilet, or less frequently because of blockages. So all those things you need to kind of pay attention to, as they might be an early symptom of growth, fibrotic growth. So movement matters, as with your diet. Movement is key, is good. So you should try to include some daily activity, because it's good for the mind and body balance. So aim for, the recommended is in the UK, it's 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. But you don't have to do that all at once. You can do like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, and 10 minutes in the evening, like walking, or just some kind of general activity. Why is that important? Well, just by the process of moving, it will help you avoid constipation and keep your food moving through your system. And a way also to avoid constipation as well is to avoid dehydration. So that means you have to keep your fluid intake in and keep drinking. And also aim to have more soluble and insoluble fiber consumption, just to keep everything moving through your body, because the benefits of that is that with a smooth transition of food, it also removes excess estrogen from your body, the free estrogen that has been shown to have some kind of association with uterine fibroid growth. So what is the inspiration behind this particular presentation of using, well, hibiscus is what we will be looking at in a bit more depth. Is is a family, is a plant from the family, and it's referred to in the Bible as the Rose of Sharon by King Solomon in reference to its beauty. So it comes in various different colours, and the hibiscus one that we are particularly looking at today is sometimes called roselle. But this particular research study, we looked at it. It was looked at in regards to its effect of hibiscus on obesity in MSG mice. Now that's the monosodium glutamate mice. That's what we looked at previously, which is the mice which is a substance that can actually initiate uterine fibroid growth. So they used it in an animal study to initiate the animals from birth to, and they found that it made them obese, so overweight and obese. And so the reduction in weight, but what they found was by using the hibiscus water or tea, it helped reduce the weight, and it had positive effects on the mice's cardiovascular system and also kidney system. The active ingredients included the polyphenols such as the anthocyanins that we've looked at previously, and it can also be the chlorogenic acid, which has been used in other studies in regards to weight loss, and also ursolic acid, which is helpful in terms of urination and kind of kidney stone formation, getting rid of those. So these are some of the active ingredients that was found in another study, and also what they used is a water extract or an eccriss extract, and they said the anthocyanins was equivalent to 34 milligrams per kilograms of day, which is what they administered to the mice in order to receive these benefits. So it was conducted over a 60-day process, and they found that the weight loss over this process was equivalent to 9.7%, which is more or less 10%, and it also lowered the mice's blood sugar levels, and it increased their liquid intake. General liquid intake was always a good thing to keep fluid out. However, there was something that needed to be aware of. One of the things that they noted was one of the liver function tests was raised, which is not such a good thing. So there might have been an impact on their liver toxicity towards the mice. But if you bear in mind, there was also using MSG, which is quite a harmful substance. So it's kind of, I personally am not 100% what would have caused the liver damage. It could have been other factors as well. So if we're going to apply this research into how we can use it in terms of fibroids, well, obesity is something that has been linked to fibroid, one of the risk factors for fibroid formation. So if we're going to apply that in using it in a food source, let's have a look. And as diet as therapy, we will see hibiscus is used traditionally in the Jamaican culture, definitely, and in some African cultures. But in Jamaica, we call it sorrel, yeah, and it's used traditionally around the Christmas period. It's found in tropical climates, and it consists of a red callus. The type, which I will show you a bit later, is what they use to make the drink. It's traditionally used, it has a high antioxidant content, and it is high in vitamin C and minerals. Antibacterial, it's good with antibacterial, antifungal. It's a diuretic, so it makes you go to the toilet. It's hypertensive, so it can bring down your blood sugar levels. It also lowers the bad cholesterol, and also it's good for breaking kidney stone formations. Yeah. So the callus, as you can see, that's the flower part. A fresh weight by 100 grams, we see that its calorie content is 46 calories, and the protein 1.99, and this is a fresh weight. Low in fat, carbohydrates 2.3, vitamin C content, which is good, is 14 milligrams, and the iron content as well is quite high, is 2.9 milligrams. So it's a good iron source as well. And that's the fresh weight content. Generally, when you use it it's usually used in the dried form, and that usually kind of concentrates the nutritional value when you dry it. So if you're going to include this into your diet, it would be a good idea to monitor the results, as always. So we're looking out for allergic reactions. So stop using it if there's any allergic reactions, such as breathing, if any difficulty breathing, or any skin, or especially like jaundice, if liver function was one of the things that the study highlighted. You know, look out for any of those kind of reactions, and then obviously stop. If it's negative, discontinue and go and seek medical advice. That would be my advice. Okay, so sorrel as a drink has, as we saw before, has got diuretic qualities, which means it makes you go to the toilet. So it would be a good idea not to drink it close to bedtime. However, that's one of the good properties which can help with your health and weight loss, because it can help with removing the undesirable things from your body. So, as a little bonus, Sorrel Recipe Bonus. For those of you who want to help with your weight, the weight conscious of us, especially around this time, as I'm doing this, is around Christmas, when a lot of times we've eaten more than possibly usual. So if you want to try and include this, it might help. As we said before, it's high in antioxidants as well as vitamin C. And it can be drunk either hot or cold. It's quite flexible like that. So for a limited period, I'm going to include, I've got a recipe that I'll make available as a free download that you're welcome to have access to, and that will be for a limited period. So it might be a good way to help start you coming up to the new year if you have any goals in mind in terms of weight management. So as I said, free download for a limited period only. So in summary, overweight and obesity has been reported as a contributing factor to uterine fibroid formation. Cell proliferation is the uncontrolled growth and the growth of cells and the ability to react to normal programmed process of the cell death. Antioxidants such as anthocyanins may normalize an unhealthy cell environment, and sorrel has been demonstrated to assist in weight loss 9.6% and reduce blood sugar levels over 60 days in obese mice. So thank you, and please subscribe. Just a disclaimer to say this information in this presentation is intended for information only. Further research is recommended to assist you in making an informed health decision. It is not a substitute for medical advice. If you have a pre-existing medical condition, consult your doctor or healthcare provider before making any changes to your medical regime to manage your condition. To your wellness.